That's it.
All right, man. I'm glad you showed up. Thank you to the Facebookers. Thank you to the YouTubers. We love you. So right now, you know what I'm saying? It's just time to go ahead and give you that ratchetness.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Third Degree. We're back with more Ratchet News. Well, some of it's ratchet, some of it's not, but we still got to speak on it. So, let's go.
We're kicking it off. Tyler Perry gets $250K in gift cards to TSA agents after being stopped when trying to get him cash. So he figured out a way how to maneuver around that, you know? So, all right, moving on. Shaka Khan is being quoted as saying female performers these days use their body parts to make up for weak vocals. And she is not lying. Aside from her, you know what I mean? But she's not lying. All right, and maybe SZA, you know what I mean? But we don't know. Debatable. Moving on. Talking about creepy. Tiger Woods' mugshot from his DUI arrest has surfaced. And if this is not the poster child for I ain't never going to get a driver, this is what this person would look like. This right here. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, what do I know? Moving on. At this point, just call Magic Johnson Lord of the Rings. He was actually set to receive his 18th championship ring at the Dodgers World Series celebration. So, salute and shout out to Magic Johnson, man. Lord of the Rings. All right, moving on. I don't know why this came up, but it's being revealed that TLC's Chili is revealed as a 2024 Trump donor. Kind of crazy, right? Because she received some crazy backlash. But it was enough to force her to come out and say, I'm not MAGA, I do not support any of the many policies that are causing great harm to the American people. But, wait, there's more. The internet began pulling up receipts, and it shows that she has definitely been on the MAGA train for a minute. But it's something we're going to talk about tonight, all right? So moving on. But also tonight, Nick Cannon also called the Democratic Party the party of the KKK and said he S with Trump. Crazy, right? But Uncle Luke, of all people, calls out both Nick Cannon and Chili over their MAGA support. So shit that lead to them being canceled. But like I said, we're talking about that tonight. So let's move on to some other ratchet news. Speaking of red hot racists, the internet reacts to learning about disturbing Bob Barker details and now he would avoid or how he felt about black contestants. So this has turned into something really creepy. But it's sad because I always liked this cat, but hey, whatever. Moving on. Scientists say squeezing your girlfriend's butt regularly makes you live longer. So I should be living to like about, what, 120? I'm guilty. Anyway, moving on. Culture meets curriculum at Howard University's new Cardi B centered course. Hey, salute to Cardi B. All right, moving on. Ye, also better known as Kanye West, finally drops his Bully album after months of waiting. And, you know, I don't know. Ye's new album, Bully, pulled in 50 million streams on Spotify within his first full day. And it's crazy in spite of all the controversy that, you know, he's been involved with before. I don't know why people are still supporting him, but hey. I mean, when you got him dropping bars, you know, saluting Dr. King and celebrating his marriage to his white queen, I mean, hey, are you still rocking with Ye? I have yet to listen to the album, so, hey, moving on. His father threw a chair at a judge after his daughter's unaliver was sentenced to only 120 hours of community service, so I don't blame him, right? Moving on. Angela Simmons says Cam Newton gave her the ick on the first date because he kept laughing at his own jokes. I can see that. I can see him being kind of corny, you know what I mean? Kind of feeling himself. So, he missed out on the chance to get in the draws, dog. Anyway, moving on. Somebody better go get this girl, man. She this must be her first piece of wang because she says, Pat pays my mortgage, she pays my car insurance, and my car note. I haven't paid for a flight or a hotel, and I don't know how long. That's a man right there, quote unquote, Clarissa Shields. Well, I mean, he would be paying everything if you're paying him, if he's your manager. So yeah, he's essentially using your money. Dumb. But hey, what do I know? Moving on. Arnold Schwarzenegger's illegitimate son, Joseph Baina, wins his first bodybuilding competition, following in his father's footsteps. Salute. All right, moving on. Quote, I would never have a Pooh. She sticks out so much above the waist, end quote. This is Kim Novak on Sydney Sweeney portraying her in upcoming film Scandalous. I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Moving on. Afro Man launches Victory Tour, announces album, and says he didn't vote for Trump. He's making sure he ain't messing up the bag like Chili and Nick Cannon, you know what I'm saying, and Amber Rose, you know what I mean? So, at this point, Afro Man for president. And we also got to circle back on his incident, which we'll make it the main topic. You know what I mean? So, hey, moving on. 12 tons of Kit Kats taken in massive chocolate heist. Kit Kat's official statement, we can confirm that 12 tons of Kit Kat products were stolen while in transit between our factory in central Italy and their destination in Poland. We are working closely with local authorities and supply chain partners to investigate. The good news, there are no concerns for consumer safety and supply is not affected. Thank you. It's crazy. People really that hungry for Kit Kats? Are you still eating Kit Kats in 2026? Hey, I like the white chocolate, but I don't necessarily eat Kit Kat. You know what I mean? So, hey, moving on. Woman who identifies as a dog is attacked by a dog as the case spreads on social media. What a dummy. Moving on. Married woman kisses Chris Brown on stage in front of her husband. Can you say divorce? Moving on. Trump asked Supreme Court to reinterpret 14th Amendment on citizenship, and Trump also says U.S. can't handle daycare, Medicaid, and Medicare while fighting wars. Well, then stop fighting wars, dummy. All right, moving on. Well, speaking of dummy, Amber Rose tells Nick Cannon white people should be able to say the N-word and get funked up. All right, moving on. Michigan woman manages to escape police custody after climbing out of a police car window while in handcuffs. We'll talk about Houdini. All right, moving on. Well, speaking of, another woman was arrested after locking pizza delivery driver inside for a movie night. Man, she's about to get her some movie and some Netflix and chill, right? Some Wang. She gonna take it? Crazy. Moving on. Tisha Campbell shuts down Big Tigger asking about Martin Lawrence. I will protect him until the day that I'm unalive. Well, you didn't do that when you pressed charges against... Anyway, moving on. A woman who lost weight showed up at her ex-husband's funeral, who cheated on her for being overweight and starts twerking over his body as casket falls. Crazy, right? This is really just ratchet. Moving on. Sheriff abruptly resigns after claims bullet used in Charlie Kirk's unaliving doesn't match rifle tied to Tyler Robinson. Interesting. Story developing. Moving on. 3 men arrested after attempted break-in at home of Larissa Pippen. Are you sure they wasn't having a free call? Moving on. Kristi Noem's husband, Byron, has been living a double life cross-dressing with fake breasts. Crazy, right? Because it's been reported that Kristi Noem's husband reportedly sent $25,000 to online fetish models and cross-dressed in private photos while she ran the Department of Homeland Security. The tip allegedly came from an immigrant sex worker seeking revenge for DHS deportation policies. Interesting. All right, moving on. Diddy receives a new prison release date. Why? Moving on. Jay-Z's lawsuit against Tony Busby moved to New York. He about to get that bag. Moving on. Well, speaking of breasts, Chick-fil-A allegedly fired its entire staff after an employee posted a viral video on social media. Some people believe the clip was harmless and that the company may be too strict. Well, you know, I'd rather see these than Kristi Noem's husband. You know what I'm saying? Real boobies. Let's go. Moving on. Megan Thee Stallion hospitalized mid Moulin Rouge. The musical performance. Prayers out. Moving on. Singer Brandy says Boyz II Men star Wanya Morris took advantage of her at 16. I was a child, he was an adult. Crazy, but didn't your mom know about the relationship too? We're going to talk about this some more too. Moving on. Nicki Minaj's LA mansion targeted, intruder arrested after creeping in backyard. Creepy. Moving on. Lizzo reveals that she waited until she won a Grammy to lose her virginity. Why do we need to know that? Moving on. Just crazy, right? Crazy. Moving on. Leslie Jones says marriage is legal slavery and urges young fans not to get married. Well, we're going to talk about that tonight. Like, why? Just because you can't. But, hey, moving on. Pam Bondi was fired by a convicted felon, allegedly. Crazy. All right, moving on. Last but not least, Pooh Shiesty arrested, Big 30 on the run after feds allegedly got footage of him and Big 30 and Dad robbing Gucci Mane at Bam Bam Point in the studio. Crazy, right? So he's back in the feds. Anyway, I'm Third Degree, and that's been your Ratchet Newz. Enjoy the show.
Yo.
Kristi Noem, man. Talking about I was taken by surprise and you're in charge of the Department of Security. Get that funk out of here with that, man.
She needs to secure that Wi-Fi code and get that man off the internet. You know what I'm saying? That's the Homeland Security you need to be worried about.
Oh my God. How you gonna spend 25 G's and not know where that's going, bro? I don't care how rich you are. 25 G's is 25 G's, bro.
Apparently, you weren't paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Exposed by an undocumented worker, allegedly. That's kind of crazy. That's some crazy.
No, that's irony. That's irony. It ain't crazy. It's ironic. Because the same people that are hell bent on immigration and Christian values and the nuclear family at home with balloons under their shirt, cross dressing and doing it with immigrants on the phone. Cut it out, man.
Touching little boys and all that stuff.
Hey, man, look, allegedly.
Why? Allegedly,
And
yeah.
Tisha Campbell, if Tisha Campbell don't shut up, that kind of pissed me off.
What is
I'm
it?
sorry, man. Like
charges on Martin.
You know what? I don't like necessarily like, you know, talking bad, whatever, about like people like her, because again, she's a legend. I like her on Martin and My Wife and Kids, but she's kind of, her antics are a little out there. You know what I'm saying? Because first it was the Martin lawsuit, then then it was something else. Then next thing you know, same thing with Dwayne Martin. Then next thing you know, I'm gonna protect Martin Lawrence with my life. But you wasn't saying that, you know, when you was trying to get out of that contract of the show. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I don't know. I don't know how to take her, man. She's kind of, I don't know.
But,
you know what I mean?
When I saw her on when she was on the Martin reunion special on HBO.
Yeah, because they made up.
So here's
the thing. So what folks don't know, like the last, I think 2 seasons of Martin, maybe it's in particularly the last one, you never seen those two in a scene together. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a while where she had left, where they quote unquote, where she went to LA for a job, whatever, and you didn't see her. Then when she came back to the show, they were never in scenes together. You know what I'm saying? It's because she brought a lawsuit. It was an SA lawsuit against Martin, the producers, and Fox, whatever. I heard allegedly she was trying to get out of her contract. No, she was supposed to be dropping an album with Capitol, and they needed her to go promote, so they wanted to get time off the show. Martin Lawrence and then the producers both said no, so she came up with this lawsuit to say, hey, he tried to tongue kiss me and sensual harassment, whatever. And you know what I'm saying? And it just causes big old strain. So we never seen them together until you seen that reunion show. Actually, the reunion picture, then the reunion show. So
messed up all them episodes of Martin we could have got. You know what I'm saying? Thanks a lot. They should have outlived her ass. You know what I'm saying? Get her out of here.
Yeah. I just don't. I mean, even if they did, I just don't know if her character could ever be replaceable because she has such a big role on that show.
That's true.
It's Gina.
Right.
It's like
he could have just got with Pam and called it a day. You know what I'm saying?
I was just thinking that too.
That'd be crossing out Tommy. You can't cross out Tommy.
Man, Tommy ain't got no job, man. You know what I'm saying?
Tommy had a job. No one just knew what Tommy did. No one knew what Tommy did.
I'm still waiting to this day. Still waiting to this day to figure out what he did. What else y'all see in there?
Oh, I know scenario. I was just saying, you know what I mean? The tension was really with them. That's what made it funny. It was really like they wanted to be together low key.
I have to say though, on the Ratchet Newz, the one that looked like the donkey of the decade was Pam Bondi, dude. To go that hard, to just lie so much and get dropped like a toilet seat.
Right. You know, this dude is running his administration like The Apprentice. You know, if they say something like they literally have to be professional, like brown nosers, because if he wakes up with like a booger in his nose, they're like, sir, you have a booger, you're fired. Get out of my sight. You're dumb. You're this. I mean, dude, this is who they really elected. This is crazy. What else, Cheryl?
They're talking about like, dude, you're being loyal to this guy, and he don't care about that. But you know, you look at Kristi Noem, like, how much money did she get away with though by the time she was done? You know, there's like I believe there's like 17 point something million unaccounted for that she cleared herself with.
Whoa,
spending. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know what Pam Bondi's deal is because what she got out of it or what could have been happening. I mean, everyone's just picking pockets.
Listen, being a politician, especially in the U.S. government, is the only job where you can go in with a set salary and still come out a millionaire.
Yeah.
The only job.
Quest, you probably know this because, you know, when Trump got elected, he's like, I'm not going to get paid for it. But what did his value go up to?
Exactly.
How much
They
did
all
he
say
make?
that. All your senators, all them congressmen, they have a set salary around 100,000, maximum 200,000. But somehow within the first 4 years, they all have a net value of $5, 6, 10, $15 million. All of a sudden, on
All
a
that crypto he
$100,000
has now,
salary.
dude.
Crazy work.
Crazy.
But that's neither here nor there. And Shaka Khan is right, man. These hoes can't sing.
She's absolutely right. She's right. She's absolutely right.
They ain't singing like that no more, man. They might be singing, but they ain't singing. You know what I'm saying? They not singing.
That's very true.
And for the record, ladies, I'm cool with that. I'm a visual guy, anyways. So
oh my Jesus!
Y'all want to show something? I'm fine with
you're
it.
You're part of the problem, sir.
No, I'm part of the solution.
All right, Shaw. Hey, shout out. Hey, what's up, Cheryl? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Scenario? Make sure you guys are hitting the like, share, and subscribe button. Thank you to the Facebook family. Thank you to the YouTube family. If you guys are watching, make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe. We appreciate you, especially the rebroadcasters. We definitely love you. All your support is good support. If you have something to say, this is the show to say.